Breaking news, a man found shot in the West End. The new details we've learned overnight about another victim. Pittsburgh prepares for another challenge, laying those 11 lives to rest. Plus, how President Trump and the First Lady plan to show their support.
And we are in for rain for your Halloween forecast. I'll show you the latest timing coming in with the overnight weather models and the amount of rain that is darn right startling.
We will have those stories plus the latest on your breaking news, weather, and traffic as Good Morning Tri-State at 4:30 starts right now.
9 on your side starts now.
Good morning, Tri-State. I'm Julie O'Neill. It is Tuesday, October 30th. I hear someone sniffling a little bit.
It's not Jennifer.
Are we sneezing, meteorologist Jennifer Ketchmark?
No, that would be Jacqueline.
That was Jacqueline.
I'm assuming it's mold or something. She is our queen of the sniffles, but it happens. Hey, she's not alone, I'm sure. 43 degrees this morning in Cincinnati, 40 in Batavia, 39 in Falmouth. You know, I had to stop this morning on the way into work to get gas, and I noticed it's pretty chilly out there. Even a little bit of a light wind is even giving us a wind chill. But although it's cool to start, don't worry about it this afternoon. This is going to be the best day of the work week. Not only because it's dry, but because we'll end up with a partly cloudy sky, a high of 66 degrees. This is comfortable. But new overnight, a flood watch has been issued that encompasses nearly the entire tri-state. Now, while this does not begin until Wednesday evening, this is going to bring a lot of rain to our area, potentially more than 3 inches. I'll take you through all the kind of heaviest periods of rain coming up. At first, we do need to check in with Captain Sniffles.
That's a new one.
Hey, we love you, Jacqueline. We just gotta have a little fun.
My allergies they're always going crazy this morning. Right now, we have some overnight construction that's out there. 71, 75, right around 275. I know a lot of you probably drive by this all the time in the morning. I know Jennifer does a lot. So just a heads up there, wrapping things up there on 71, 75 and 275. That drive time is still looking good though, northbound. It's just 10 minutes from Burlington Pike into the city, and our big board not showing any accidents or delays right now. So we'll stay on top of it, and coming up just ahead, we'll check back in on that construction and see if it has wrapped up closer to 5 o'clock.
All right, Jacqueline. Breaking overnight, one person is dead and another wounded after a shooting inside an apartment building. It happened shortly after 10 last night at the Stanley Row Tower Apartments in the West End. Police say one person was found fatally shot inside. Another was found injured outside the building. That victim is recovering at UC Medical Center this morning with non-life-threatening injuries. At last check, there is no word on a suspect. Now to the horrific tragedy in Pittsburgh. Thousands of people honor the 11 worshipers murdered inside that synagogue. You're looking at some of the vigils from across the country. This morning, we are remembering those victims as we take a live look down into downtown Pittsburgh right now. You can see buildings are illuminated in blue. In just a few hours, President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump will head to Pittsburgh to show their support and that of the country. The funerals for the victims are set to get underway this morning and run through Friday. We're also hearing from several survivors that are happy to be alive. Just a few minutes separated Judah Samet from possibly being shot. Samet, a Holocaust survivor, he was on his way into the synagogue when he stood just feet from the shooter.
I see this guy standing right outside my car behind the wall with a pistol, and he started shooting. And he was shooting two, three. The other guy was answering with rapid fire.
Wow, just to hear that. Barry Werber recalls his moments hiding in a tiny closet as the gunman worked his way through the Tree of Life synagogue, killing his fellow worshipers.
I saw him, but if he would have seen me, I wouldn't be here.
Werber usually does not go to Saturday services, but this day was different. He was there for a mourner's blessing on the anniversary of his mother's passing. He believes she was there with him.
She and the good Lord were shielding us. And if there would have been light in that room, you would probably be talking to my widow.
As those funerals begin, authorities are searching for some kind of answers following the massacre. ABC's Elizabeth Hagedorn has more on where the investigation stands at this hour.
Rabbi Jeffrey Myers can still hear the gunshots.
I'm hearing people screaming, and it's seared in my brain. I can't erase that tape.
Myers recounting the carnage as the gunman, who police have identified as 46-year-old Robert Bowers, stormed the Tree of Life Synagogue in Pittsburgh.
Something just innately told me that's a semi-automatic weapon. I immediately announced to my congregation, drop to the floor, do not move, don't utter a sound, be still.
Expressionless and shackled to a wheelchair, Bowers appeared in federal court Monday. Federal prosecutors say they'll seek the death penalty against Bowers. Of major interest to investigators are the subject's social media posts, including those on a fringe site popular with white supremacists. There, authorities say he displayed a hatred of Jews and migrants.
I think this is another example of hate in our country that just doesn't go away. And I'm concerned because I think we're just going down the wrong path. Hate has to stop.
Today, the first funerals are being held. Among them, two brothers. Cecil and David Rosenthal will be laid to rest together. Also today, the President and the First Lady will be in Pittsburgh to meet with the families of the victims. As for Bowers, he remains in custody and will return for a preliminary hearing on Thursday. Elizabeth Hagedorn, ABC News, Washington.
The social media website Gab is now offline following revelations that the gunman used it to threaten Jewish people. A statement on the platform's website said it would be inaccessible for a period of time after several web hosting services declined its business. Gab has also been removed from app stores. Today will be a busy day in Pittsburgh. Stay with 9 on your side for the latest on the victims' funerals and the president's visit throughout the day, here on air, online on WCPO.com, and anytime on WCPO Mobile. All right, more local news now. Major changes will soon be coming to Newport on the Levee. The city of Newport just got approval for $200 million in bonds after the sale and redevelopment of the Northern Kentucky destination. 9 on your side's Kristen Swilley has more on what the city is hoping to gain with a new owner.
And there's not much for us to do.
When Jennifer Inouye makes the trip down to Newport from Westchester, it has to be worth her time.
You might go to the aquarium, but then you have dinner and you don't really come back for a while.
The same is true for Zachary Sawyer, who makes the drive from Dry Ridge.
There's nothing that we see that's fun in Florence. Newport's all we got. So I would want to get my kids up here and do a lot more.
But that could soon change.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
This development, which opened in 2001, is being sold from a California-based owner to North American Properties based in Cincinnati.
It was either retail or entertainment or whatever, and I think there was some missteps there.
At a special meeting of the Board of Commissioners, the city voted to approve the issuance of $200 million in bonds, the largest in Newport's history.
We actually imagined this revenue growing from $800,000, perhaps even doubling over the next 4 to 5 years.
He says the levy could grow to account for 10% of the city's revenue.
They plan on investing an additional $100 million.
Some potential changes include greater access to parking, a new entranceway, and more office space. What exactly would go inside hasn't been revealed. Kristen Swilley, 9 on your side.
The sale still has to be approved by the state. City manager tells 9 on your side it could be 6 months to a year before actual construction begins. Jennifer, we have a beautiful day ahead.
I wish we could hit repeat on this for Wednesday. Oh, I wish this was your forecast for Halloween. We are in for a mostly sunny day, especially through lunchtime. Already up to 58 degrees, beautiful at lunch, but the high comes in at 66. So what's going on for Halloween? I'm sure you've heard by now it's going to rain. I'll show you the latest weather models coming in overnight, so you have the best idea of what's going on that evening.
All right, Jennifer, still to come, taking caution. Many in the tri-state are feeling the impact of the deadly shooting in Pittsburgh. The security plans to prevent a similar attack here.